You're watching the television fella. Tracy has some great content, so keep watching. He'll show you stuff you never even knew existed for your television.
That's the Intellivision game, or
What?
KC. KC.
Television fella. Take it away, Tracy.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Intellivision Show. This is episode 97. We're getting really close to 100. I can't believe it's been over 2 years, almost every single week. I've missed a few, but I think I've recorded a show for each one. We are going to have, for this show, we're going to have Steve on to talk about his Sprint Manager software, which is an amazing piece of software that's helping everyone get these files right for the Sprint. It does some amazing things, and we're going to look forward to having him on to tell us all about it. I haven't been able to use it yet because the Mac version wasn't ready, but I did watch his video thoroughly, and I've sent it out to a lot of people, and I've got a lot of good feedback. So if you don't know about that, you're going to tonight. We are also going to give away an LTO Flash, courtesy of Troy Cam. We are going to give away a homebrew game for the 1,500 sub giveaway. We did the 1,000 last night. We're also going to give away probably a ROM package. Once I get on a roll, I got to give away some more stuff. So we're going to give away a ROM package for your Sprint consoles. Probably do one again from Electronite and from Intellivision Collector. And we'll talk about some of the new games that are out that are just released. I know DJC already has a video on the 3 from Electronite. And Papa Pete has one out for the Intellivision Collector. And we'll talk about those, and then we'll give away. I'll let you guys pick. When you win the ROM package, you tell me which one you want. All right, so what else? If you like Intellivision content, please give this show a like at the beginning. It really does help the algorithm send us out. You can also find me on Facebook, Atari Age, Discord. Oh boy, my email and the links to all that are in the description of every video. I look forward to chatting with you guys. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. There's a lot of ways you can do so. So we have 115 channel members now. So yesterday with that video with Ben, my voice is still a little bit off. That was a 3-hour show. And then the next day, here we go. I went to work. So yesterday when we got done with that show, we're moving right now. And I spent a lot of time installing blinds, moving things around. We're moving into that 1,000 square foot add-on to the house. And I spent all evening doing that. And then I went to work today. I apologize for all the new members. I'm going to read the ones I've got, but we're at 115 members. There's no way I was going to type all those. So I want to thank the 38 members that I have in here. And that's Roger Matthews, Mike's Gaming Gala, TVsHasselhoff, GoGameGo, Metal Torso, eebuckeye, Michael Dougherty, Intv Fun, Rickster8, Retro Gaming, Mr. Poestyle, Kurt Bradshaw, Mark Bear, Retro Bliss Gaming, TORQ, Stephen Baker, Mike the Gaming Road Warrior, PJ Smith, Eric Lamb, Empty Pixel Gaming, Super Mega Grafx 64, TrulyOffensiveName, Bacon Ice Cream Productions, Off Grid Arcade, Benvril, Savitor, Pierre, Gareau, Cammo, Ducky, Tom Jarvis, 8-Bit Widgets, Jonasness, GuppyCzar, IRgEEK, Lesismo 18, DJC Game Studios, Steven Johnson 1577. And we have Stokjock, Chris Cromwell, PT Rush 2112. And then we have like close to 100 new members. And I'm going to have to do something different because if I call out name-wise all 115 members, it's going to be like show over as soon as I do that. So maybe like Mike does it, how you throw them all up on screen. If I can fit that many names and have them be legible, I need to figure something out because I don't want to spend 15 minutes calling out the names, at least for the next month. So show update. If you guys won something, give me a little bit. Like I said, as soon as I was off that 3-hour stream, it was honeydew list time. And I went to work today. I purposely am not reading or responding because I need to make sure that I don't miss them. I'm going to go back, get the list of, we gave away a lot of stuff. We gave away 3 Sprint consoles. We gave away a CIB homebrew game. We gave away, I think, 4 ROM packages for your Sprint or, other ways you play. So I have to go back, get the list, reach out to everyone. Some of you have already reached out to me. Like I said, I'm purposely leaving them not read so I don't lose track of them. But probably tonight or tomorrow, I'll reach out to everyone that won, because we're going to give away more stuff today. We're not done. This is great Christmas time at the Intellivision Gamer, and I hope you guys like all the gifts. And some of them were for me, but the big ones were not. The consoles came from Ben of PlayOn, and the LTO Flash from Troy Cam. All the homebrews and the ROM packages, those are from myself, both as just gifts. And for the 1,000 and the 1,500 sub giveaway, which we're almost to 1,700. We're getting up there. It's amazing how fast it's went since October at PRGE. All right, so congrats again to all the winners. It's awesome to give stuff away. It felt good. Personal update. Like I said, we're moving into the 1,000 square foot edition. We've got a lot going on. I'm working today. I work today and I work tomorrow, and then I'm off until the 5th. We're going to see my grandson, some of that. We've got all the holiday stuff. There's a lot going on. We're going to be moving for weeks, getting everything sorted and set up. I'm going to try to get some videos out in that, but I got to try to juggle everything. Be patient with me. I owe you guys a top 10 childhood Intellivision game video. I need to get some more sprint content out there now that a lot of the testing, I've been doing a lot of testing. I've been doing scans for Atari for some of the manuals, box scans. Every free moment has been something going on, just set, and it's been stressful. But I've got it all done. When there's too much on your plate, man, it starts to eat at you. And there's a live poll, and I'll welcome all of you guys here in a second. There's a live poll asking, have you already tried the Sprint Manager software yet? A lot of you guys probably don't know about it yet. A lot of you do, but I'm curious if you've tried it. And that is the poll. Simple. Have you tried it? So let me welcome everyone in chat, and then we will bring our guest on. We are going to do that bit first. So Steve's going to come on. We're going to talk about Sprint Manager first, and then we're going to go through with all the news, Sprint World, Mail Call, Homebrew Highlight, and the rest of the show. And we're going to get a lot into the Sprint tonight, because last week somehow I forgot to do Sprint World. And then I looked, I'm like, after I walked down, I'm like, man, I didn't talk about the Sprint. So I have all the stuff from last week. We're going to show you the new firmware. If you missed my video yesterday, we're going to show you some of the new features, which are really good. And we're going to go over a bunch of other stuff, Sprint related. I'll do a Q&A type thing as well. If you guys have questions towards that when we're talking about the Sprint, after I show you everything, we'll take some questions and try to get more information out there. There's a few new things that I just figured out, which are really going to help me. I've been unboxing stuff. I'm like, what is on me? Styrofoam pieces. And all right, let's welcome everyone in chat. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. First of all, we have 2 new members today. Adventure Mobile Cade. And this was this morning about 6:01 a.m. And then Tim Babcock 64 at 10:48. I guess whenever you have something set live, it throws them in there. Cammo Ducky, can't wait for the show. Casey, amazing. INTV updates and streams, top notch. Well, thank you, Steven. Benvril's here. Welcome, Benvril. Code Monsieur, these are the early birds. During your last live stream, 2 people opted out of their prizes. Are you going to redraw? I didn't see that. I have not seen that. I need to go through, and I'll be contacting everybody. If somebody did, then I will redo it on another live show and do the. I don't know how that'll work, because I have a new way to do it. After tonight, I'm using the wheel, but there's a way you can do a giveaway with everyone that's in chat, and it just picks. I kind of like the wheel, but entering 70-something names, that was a big delay. I wasn't expecting that many people. We had over 100 people in at one time for yesterday. Pete Gerbil, I'll say that part. PJ Smith's here. What's going on, sir? Kurt Bradshaw. I'm gonna try to get through this quickly. It's a big list. Mark Bear, Off Grid Arcades here. I was just watching his Miss Night Stalker video playing on the Sprint just a little bit ago, and someone asked, yeah, we're up to 115 members, channel members. That's crazy. Everyone was gifting memberships during the stream with Ben of Play On yesterday. Yeah, it definitely was, Bart. It definitely was. Mr. Chickens, what's going on? Silly Bartender, Zimzam Zucchini. Who is this guy? We got Marty Flamingo. Yeah, today's going to be the giveaway for the LTO Flash ROM cart, and I actually haven't seen it yet. It was sent by Troy Cam. I think it was complete in box, but I can't tell you for sure. It might be the cart, but that thing is hard to get and it's expensive, and he is giving it away, donating it to someone in the community. He really wants it to go someone that needs it. If you already have one or two, I mean, nobody's going to stop you, but he really would like it to go to someone who's in need. What's going on, Keith Crash 7? Good to see you. Anyone picking no on the poll needs to get Sprint Game Manager. Such an awesome program. It really is. As soon as I saw it, and Ben too, I sent him the link right away, and I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And it happened so quick. So many people can use that. Art Big Falls here, my favorite alter ego of DJC Game Studios. TORQ is here. DJC Detroit. Savitor. Trying to get through these guys. Metal Torso. We're now just 11 minutes in. Luke's Awakening 64. Good to see you. IRgEEK is here. Hey, Corey. Mike's Gaming Gala. Hey, all busy night, so I can't watch live, but I'll be watching back for any unauthorized mermaid talk. If you guys haven't seen Mike's intro or the video mermaid review, I was in on that short. It was fun. It was definitely cool. It's got a lot of feedback. It's different, but you should definitely check it out on Mike's Gaming Gala if you haven't seen it. It's the first time I've done anything like that. I sent him a bunch of, extra clips besides the script just to make him laugh, and he ended up using one of them. And then I've sent a few. I made it like 5 or 6. I need to send like Poe and Bart and a few of the guys, the rest of them, the green screen ones, because some of them are funny. Some of them just kind of went with whatever I thought at the moment. They were all random. Cranable, what's going on? Retro Creeps here. What's going on? Am I allowed to call you Atari Creep? Retro Creep, the YouTuber formerly known as the Atari Creep. How about we do that? Trying to get through everyone here. Brigadoon 5125 LTO. Guitar Geo 1973. What's going on? Troy, what's going on? Hi, Casey and everyone. Good luck for the LTO. This is from his personal collection. He wants someone in the community that needs it to have it and enjoy it, and he wants to give back to the community. So he asked me to give it away. I'm supposed to have been done this long ago. I have had such a crazy life. Couple weeks I forget about it, or I remember right before we go live, and I don't want to just be like, I want to advertise it and I want to make sure he's here to watch, and it just hasn't happened yet. Oh yeah, you're gonna like this one. Sprint Manager is really nice for everyone doing the tedious artwork. He's kind of taken all the hard work out of it, and there's so many options. Does the Sprint need a manager, a valet maybe? Is Jimmy Hart available? We all need Sprint Manager. Again, sorry, I'm skipping through. Sorry if I forget anyone. I don't think I did. Lave 26, what's going on, sir? Oh, light knee surgery. I needed a split manager. Sprinting was out of the question. Yeah, not for you for a while. Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Little Alien, is that how you say that? Yeah, Little Alien. I see your, I didn't see that before. I see your little emoji now, Little Alien. I said it wrong. I think I said Lil Forthine. Oh my gosh, the stuff you say when you're live. Running Man. Everyone's saying hello. Chris Walker, what's going on? Man, my voice is going to be shot after today. This is a lot of hours for me to talk. I don't usually talk unless I'm on YouTube. I don't talk a ton. Oh, my buddy, for retro's sake. If you like NES, this guy's got a channel. He's been moving and a little busy, but you definitely want to watch him. He has quite the NES collection. I have to get on the forums. Anyone have a few white dupe files? Yes, we're going to talk about that. I've just recently, thanks to Chris DeLong. I hope I didn't butcher that name. He sent me a video and you have to go into terminal. And this is something I would never found out on my own, but I will be talking about that tonight in Sprint World. And I finally got rid of those files when you load your USB stick on a Mac. And it's a beautiful thing, and I'm very excited about that. I've actually only done it to one of my sticks because I have a bunch of USB sticks doing all the testing and the wipe all and the updates, and then I have different packages on different USB sticks. And I finally did it to one of them, and it's successful. And I have that video. That video is also in my Sprint playlist. I figured that was very relevant, and I'll talk about it and show it off tonight. Amazon still hasn't shipped my Sprint. I'm sure most of them are going to be coming fairly soon. Some of the dates got pushed a little bit. It's amazing. It's a good problem to have. This console is selling very, very, very well, and it's so good to see that that's the thing and not the other way. Because, you know, as Intellivision fans, we want more stuff. We want things to be good, and it's awesome to hear that it is selling so good. Yeah, those are hidden files. It's all from the Mac. There is a way to get rid of them. It's not as simple as what was the original one? Shift Command dot, and it shows hidden files, but they don't show up. You can't delete them that way. I tried that one, but there is a way to do it. 1375 Stick Boy, easy fix for the Mac issue. Yes. Well, easy if you're, I mean, I don't know. The way I did it, I would never know how to get in terminal and do all those commands, but it worked for me, and I followed the video. If you can follow the video, you can do it. Yeah, there could be a command that also does it, but I tried that one, and those files don't pop up to delete. Mark Bear, welcome new members. Oh, wow. Crash 7, 275,000 on Phoenix today. A lot of people are lucky to get 20, 30,000. I'll tell you that. DJC, what is he? Around 90. I'm around like 75. I haven't had any time. I've been doing nothing but test, move, work, family. I haven't had time to play anything for fun. I don't even have a Sprint USB stick for myself besides all the test stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, terminal. That's what I used. And again, we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Everyone's saying hello. Cajanox. Hopefully I said that right. Loving this channel. Thanks for doing such a great job. I appreciate you, sir. I'm here because we're all Intellivision fans, you know. It's like that's all I do here. I don't get it. Chuck won't sell me his LTO Flash cart. Chick needs it. Just Google it. I showed Casey how to do it. So he might do a video on the subject. I will do a video, but I'll talk about it tonight. It is complete in box, has all the original ROMs and a ton of purchase ROMs as well. Definitely worth it. Hoping someone who doesn't have it, LTO, gets it. That's awesome. I haven't got to Luke's, but I already read it. Eddie Pepper, Mike does incredible intros on his reviews. Yeah, he does. It's a lot of work just doing a part of it and doing all the extras, how to move everything, set it all up. It was crazy. I'm glad he used that one funny one I sent him, but yeah, that was definitely something different. There were some other ones too, a little more vulgar. Luke, the Intellivision collector, what's going on? I give away 2. I need to contact you to see the best way to do this. Live yesterday, I gave away 2 ROM packages, and I have 2 winners, and I'm going to do the same thing again tonight. I'm going to give away some ROM packages on the show live, and then we'll figure out what the best way to do that is. I don't just want to send them money. I want to do whatever we need to do. Just let me know, and I'll do it. Retro Creep. Firmware updates also haven't been working. Formatted USB. So some people, if they're formatted a certain way, I've also heard USB 3.0 sticks might have issues. I actually ordered one just so I could try it out because I think all mine are 2. At least I have some, but they're in use, and they're big ones. Also, sometimes for whatever reason, we don't know why yet, but you're supposed to put it in the USB slot. Try port 1 and then try port 2. Sometimes the other ports are working when the other ones are not. No idea why, but some people are reporting that. So again, you got to have the update.zip file. just that on the stick, turn the console off, put it in there, turn it on. It'll say updating, it'll say successful. If that doesn't work and it goes to menu, you definitely have a stick that's having issues, or try port 1, try port 2. Reach out to me somewhere on Atari Age. We're all glad to help anyone that's having issues. Bonjour, Luke, says Benvril. Jedero Heller 83. Hi, Corey and chat. I can't tell you how big that Corey thing has gotten. Oh, it's hilarious. All from one little thing, and boom. Creepy Corey's Game Cave. Hey, this Game Cave is pretty cool, but right now I can't move in here with the house and all the stuff I buy in PRGE. That's as soon as the house is done and the door goes in back here, this room's getting a makeover. We're gonna have other cameras set up where we can go play in other locations, and I got wireless cameras. We got a lot of cool stuff coming. My kids want to play and be on there. They might do like a short little clip reviews. I've got a lot of stuff set up. Yeah, mine is FAT32 USB SanDisk sticks. I have a bunch of these guys. Just regular old USB 2.0. These are 32 gig Cruiser Glide sticks. They're not very expensive. They're way bigger than you will ever need. Howard, what's going on, sir? Good to see you. Still trying to get through all the chat. And we're going to get to Steve in just a second. I can see he's down there and ready. There's a lot of people here. Oh, and we are going to do the giveaway right after Steve's done talking about the Sprint Manager. So we will give away the LTO Flash. We're not going to make you wait to the end. We're going to do it right after Sprint Manager is talked about. Nice. Now you're one of us, as Chuck would say. The mouth of the South. Horse Stream Live. Luke Bordeaux saying hello again. Little Alien is correct. Yeah, someone told me. And after I saw your I was like, oh my gosh. Vital Sign 6403, Amazon out of stock. They will get a restock. That is awesome that places are needing that. It's selling really, really well. I'm not told numbers, and if I was, I wouldn't be able to say, but I was told, and so are some of you, it is selling really, really, really well. And that is awesome for the Intellivision community, Intellivision fans, guys that are making homebrews, guys that are selling ROMs, guys that are selling hardware. Once we get those dongles, we heard about the regular dongles, we heard about the wireless dongles, we heard about controllers coming. This is awesome. I've been trying to tell him that. I've been talking to him about the controllers needing to be separate since PRGE. You can use them on the original consoles. Oh, that'd be sweet. Use them on emulation. Replace other controllers. They're going to make a lot more sales doing that too. So, yeah, the Sprint's awesome. It's exciting time to be an Intellivision fan, that's for sure. Uploading the manager as you speak. Trying to skip through here. Artemine from Atari again. Let's hope this one comes faster. I need to order another one too, because I have a few rooms that don't have a Sprint yet. I have one. Where'd it go? Am I blind? Oh, it's on the top shelf right here. I have one that'll stay sealed for the collection. So yes, bigger update coming soon. There's always new stuff. Always new stuff. You guys are gonna love it. Yeah, there's some things that are, technical things, and there's a lot of cool stuff too. Mr. Poestyle, I used your interview. Oh, working on a Sprint video. I will definitely be watching that. I watched your video from earlier, and I put your intro on, and you weren't even here. I'm trying to get through, guys. I am still 5 minutes. There's a lot of you in here. We got about 60 people in here. Always been a split between players and who's a score player and levels player. Personally, I'm more levels. Though for Pac-Man and Lock and Chase, I'm a score guy. I pretty much play when I have time, and whatever time I get, I just play. I can get every system to update. I have 3. Putting USB stick in a port 2 every time. It's weird because it's different. Some people have to be in a different port. I've only ever tried the USB port. I only had one issue, and that's because Atari Age was doing something with so many update files being sent to me for testing. It started sending me the same one, we finally found out. And man, we were pulling our hair out for days. We thought we were going to have to delay the stream yesterday. Finally, late he said he sent it to me another way and it worked. And I'm like, oh my gosh, all that. And it was something so simple. Whoa, serial number 404. Once it gets to a certain age, your sticks don't work like they used to. I've heard that. Our big fall has a stick with issues, I heard. Little alien using a short height Pony PNY 64 gigabyte and Samsung 64 gigabyte short height as well. They both require me plugging into port 2. Yeah, it's so weird the way it works out like that. And some people say I had to do port 2, or I mean, I haven't tried them, but does Intellivision have a version of Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr.? Yes, they do. Several versions, and the homebrew. The homebrews are absolutely amazing. Let's see here. SanDisk Ultra Fit USB 3.2 Gen 1 and XFAT works fine. I'm in FAT 32. I haven't tried that. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I mean, obviously it does. But mine just worked and I just went with it. Was it Rami Butler? I don't know. I'm ordering my Sprint in February. Better late than never. Though it might take a little bit for them to come back in, depending on where you're ordering it from. Sprint Manager software that sizes all the information. Make sure you have all the files, but I'm going to let Steve talk about that. I'm trying to get through because I told him 5:15. It's taking forever. There's a lot of you guys in here. I'm going to skip through anything that's not. Is there a Sprint HR manager? Because I need to file a grievance on Casey. It's all his fault. I don't even know what you are talking.
This is all Casey's fault!
Oh, we are almost done. Any reason why the LTO isn't being produced anymore? They are still around. The person in charge of them is super busy and hasn't configured them so they can be sold. I don't know specific details, but I have been told several times. It's been years. I still hope for them to come out. With the Sprint, I don't know what that's going to change for a lot of things. Time will tell, that's for sure. I heard Tron didn't. Everything makes it, though. Everything makes it. You can side load. Roger, have all of my Sprints, but haven't tried them yet. Roger's probably working. He does a lot of working like me. All right, guys. So we've gone through everybody. That took a long time. So let's go ahead and welcome Steve, the guy who created a piece of software to help us all out, Sprint Manager. Let's give him a big YouTube welcome, guys. What's going on, Steve?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Perfect.
All right. So for anyone that doesn't know you, which I'm fairly new to you actually as well, tell us a little bit about yourself, background, or anything you feel like sharing, and then we'll get into the software.
Yeah. My name is Steve, but most people probably don't know me. I'm not a YouTuber or anything like that. And I appreciate you having me on here, Casey. People might know me maybe from the Atari Age forums here recently as Evitz17. That's my name backwards with a 17. I got an Intellivision. We got an Intellivision when we were kids, 83 maybe. I don't know. I think we got, of course, it had the poker and blackjack packed in, and I think we got Night Stalker and Space Hawk that Christmas. And everybody else had Ataris. All my friends, that had them. And we had the Intellivision, and so just always fond of it. And then, of course, the Sprint came out and kind of has re-energized the whole community.
Definitely.
And when my brother had texted and said, hey, the Atari announced this new Sprint console, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then looked at it, and I'm looking at the 45 games, and I'm like, oh, there's some good ones on there, but it's missing some of the ones we just loved, right?
Yeah.
And then my other brother texted me and said, hey, it sounds like you can side load on this. And then I'm like, okay, let's
Game changer.
Let's take a look at this. And sure enough, and then you had released your video pretty early on.
That was
I think
at
it's less than a month
PRDE.
ago, but it probably feels like more than that to you.
Yeah, it's been a long few months, personal and as far as sprint and testing and YouTube goes. It's been a crazy few months.
Yeah. And then I pre-ordered the sprint, kept getting delayed through FedEx. It was annoying me, but was like, yeah, I want to set these games up. And then my day job is a software automation engineer. So it's just natural for me to look at some of this stuff and like, I'm not gonna fiddle so much with this. There's a lot of tedious work there, and so then I just sat down for myself. It was really Sprint Game Manager kind of started as it was going to be kind of like manage the names of them. Once you have the int file or the bin, and you got that base name, I just was like, well, all these other files should just be named, and then I just kind of kept adding things, and I started using it, and I was like, I think other people could get some use out of this. I wasn't sure, so I just posted it, made a GitHub site and put it out there, and then posted on TAREH forums to say, hey, take it or leave it. If it helps you, I feel good about that. So,
yeah, I've heard nothing but positive feedback from everyone that has tried it so far.
Yeah, the community was awesome.
Yeah, it's great that you did this. I mean, it's great that you're capable. You did it for yourself, and then you're sharing it for free with everyone. I mean, that's just awesome. I know I'll definitely be trying it out, and we'll get to the reason why I can try it out here in a bit. Roger says, my brother said the same thing to me when he heard about the Sprint, Steve. I had to stop him from ordering it because I already pre-ordered him one for Christmas.
You had to kind of subtly, prevent him from getting it himself.
Yeah, don't do that. Just wait and see. You never know. It's Christmas time.
That's right.
What about overlays for homebrews and USB games? I'm not sure about some of that. The homebrews come with them. Yeah, there's lots of things you can do with that. Tofu says it's all Corey's fault. We'll have to get Chuck saying one. It's all Corey's fault. Does Off-Grid Arcade saying the search function for the correct config files is such a huge thing. Yeah, I saw that, and I didn't even realize this. A lot of the early games, it's just certain things. When you open up the config files, there's not much to them. So to have it where you just select it, I'm like, oh, that's cool. A lot of people are going to love that part too. But, oh boy, what was I going to say? Is there anything else you want to bring up before we get into the software?
No, if anybody has something in the chat they want to see, but yeah, I think we'll kind of go in and I'll show it here, kind of as if you hadn't seen it yet.
Yes.
We'll kind of approach it that way.
And I'll try to watch the chat and bring up questions every little bit, maybe pause or, and I'll try to, if we lose them, they'll be gone for a while. I'll try to bring up the relevant chat questions related to what you're talking about. So go ahead and share screen, and then I'll throw it up there, and then I'll let you have the floor here.
It should be okay. Yep, there we go.
There you go.
And I'll be looking. I'll be kind of looking off to my right, because that's what I'm sharing here is a screen that's sitting off to my right. But we should be looking at that anyway.
I do the same thing. It looks like I'm looking off when I look at chat. I'm looking off to the side.
Yeah, no, I know. So what I have here should be familiar, or probably is familiar with a lot of your viewers. You made this, and this I kind of wanted to start with this because Sprint Game Manager is really about building that USB for the side loading of Sprint games and just helping you do that. And there's a bunch of rules. You have naming rules. You have PNG file size rules. Then there's this JSON file here that has information in it. And then the config was mentioned. That's another piece that adding that in there. So Sprint Game Manager is kind of helps with some of this stuff. If we go over here, I'm not going to go through the download here, but this is the GitHub page. and there's a link. I think you have it there, Casey, in your description. And you're going to come down here, and I just put the Mac version out yesterday. My brother gave me an old Macintosh he had, and I was able to build it. Found a bug. I didn't test the Mac a lot, so I'm just going to kind of throw that out there. But if you know,
I'll start testing it as soon as, like, probably tomorrow. I'll install it and start playing around.
Yeah, you could post on the Atari Age if you see something. I read those. And so there's a Mac and Windows version.
Real quick, do you have that link to this again? Because where we shared it is the other test stream. It's not in this one. And then I'll throw it in the description.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me grab it here. I got it right here. I'm going to throw it in our chat then, I guess.
Yeah, the private chat.
Yeah, the private chat. Yep, that's right.
And then I'll share it.
That link there will always go to the latest release. I don't plan to do a whole bunch of releases, hopefully, but if I do, I'll do that. So one thing to mention, if somebody's sitting there trying to imagine what Sprint Game Manager is, I intentionally designed it or set it up to be a single exe, and this is Windows. On Mac, it's a .app file, but a single file. So you just download it and you put it somewhere on your PC. And once you have it there, then you can just run it. So there's not an install or stuff like that. I'm going to go here. I have a USB drive in my PC, and what I did is I took, and this is the pack-in games. These are the 45. So I didn't create these. These are what came on there. Now we were able to get these with an early update.zip that came out in early December, which was nice.
It is gone now.
It's gone now. But I kind of wanted to show this, that there's 45 games here in this folder. If you look at it that way, there's 493 files. So for 45 games, we have 493 files that support them. And then we see a config, and we actually see the binary, and then we see this JSON file, which is a text file with some additional information you can provide. And then we have all the graphics for every game. This, to me, is a little hard. It's hard to visualize what you got here, right? It's just a lot. So we're gonna bring this USB up into Sprint Game Manager and see what it looks like in there. We just double click this. It creates an INI file that's a settings file. I don't know if we'll go into too much of that. You don't really have to mess with that, but you can. There's a few things in there you might change. And the first thing you do when you bring up Sprint Game Manager is you go browse to your folder. It doesn't have to be your USB. You might be managing this in some folder on your PC as well, or maybe you have multiple USBs that you're going to manage. But I'm actually going to go to my USB drive here and select that folder. And here we see it did load the 45 games. And so this right-hand side, what it does is it's just reading the files on that USB, and it's recognizing and saying, oh, you got Armor Battle, you have, I can say that's a game. And then we can select them. And when we select one of our games, it then takes those files that it found and kind of fills out here on the right-hand side. So this is a complete one, but I wanted to start here because when you put your when you put the USB in your Sprint and the carousel comes up, you see games, and you can just scroll through the games. When you pop it out and you want to go and kind of update it or maybe change a graphic or add a game, you lose that. That's how I felt. I was like, it's hard to visualize what I have here. And then, so this is back on the PC. You can kind of visualize it a little better. It was that kind of that feeling. I was like, oh, I think other people might like this. To do that. And what we're going to do here is we'll go ahead and add a brand new game. So I have these. This is all there. I didn't have to make any of these graphics, but if we're sitting here with I think I have it on the screen here. I'll bring this
Just a
over.
quick side note. Whenever you loaded up Sprint Manager, you found a few files built in that were off on the sizes, right?
Yeah. I'll show that analyze.
Yeah, that
here in
was
a bit.
interesting.
Yeah, that was funny. I was like, oh, you could kind of tell somebody fat fingered when they were, sizing these things. And it got through. But so yeah, we'll run that analyzer on this one. I think, yeah, this will show that. So I'm gonna do Dungeons and Dragons Treasure of Tarman here for a couple reasons. I love the game, but the other reason is it'll show up first in our alphabet list, and it's just a little easier for a demo. So we could go to our, we would just add this .int to our USB drive. I'm going to do it through Sprint Game Manager, just to, obviously as we show that. So I'm going to drag this into this area here. I'll drop it, and it recognizes and says, "Hey, you got a new game here," and this is on our USB here. If we
So when you drag and drop that over and it puts it in there, it's also putting it on your USB stick or whatever folder from your PC.
Whatever folder we selected, and so we
Okay.
see it right here now on our it put it there. And I'll jump back to this view a couple times just so people can appreciate that, there's no magic here. It can kind of feel like magic, but it's not.
It presents it in a way that makes sense and that doesn't overwhelm you.
Yeah, it's nice because now when I select advanced my game, I'm just looking at its stuff over here, which is actually nothing. So right now we could take this over to the Sprint, and I think it would play. I don't know if some of them need configs. I don't actually totally understand when and why it does, but this might play on the Sprint, but it won't look nice. It'll have that white running man default icon. It's just not
Which
what
if you
want,
have
right?
5 of them, it's not bad. But if you have 100 games and they're all the same little icon,
yeah, no visual cues there.
no descriptions, no anything.
Right. So let's go. What we're going to do here is we're just going to go through using Sprint Game Manager and get our files in there. But I don't have them yet. So the first thing we'll do is the config, and it was mentioned here in the chat. And somebody in the Atari Age forums, a long time ago, had identified the configs that are possible to be used. But every game could put, has their what config they use. A lot of them I noticed uses 0. So if you know what config you need, you can just select the one and say use selected. But then somebody had mapped games to the configs, and so I was like, oh, it'd just be nice if I could type in Tarman. There it is. Select that and say use selected. So that's just a nice. Hey, I just want to move along here.
So this is interesting here.
Oh yeah,
I
this
haven't
is
tried
good
this. It's saying this part right here, that off-grid says if it uses 0 config, it'll play on the Sprint without the file. I didn't know that.
I did not know that either.
Like a default, I guess.
So it's optional then.
I haven't tried it. He's saying it is. He's one of the users that's using this already.
No, I believe it. A lot of games work, and a lot of them use 0. So then let's move to the next. We're gonna hold off on the graphics. We'll go ahead with this JSON file. We click this button, and we get our JSON built underneath the covers, named correctly. That this is to avoid all that fiddly stuff with the names. And I'm going to go ahead here and go to the web. For this example, I'm going to use the Launchbox information, but there's a lot of sites out there where people might curate their stuff. And we're going to go into Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm going to grab this first sentence and go back to Sprint Game Manager, and I'm going to drop that in here. And the year 1982, I could tell that from the name.
And forgive me if you've already said it and I missed it, but this is creating the JSON file, right?
That's exactly right. So that
Yeah.
JSON file, it's a text file on your PC. We can look at it if we want to and see what it's doing, but it just lets you kind of, it lets you update those values without going into a text editor and making sure you get it between the quotes and you don't accidentally delete a comma.
Yeah.
And it created that for you. You didn't have to have a template or whatever. And now I'll hit save, and that guy is out there for us. I'm going to just do a refresh here. There's our JSON, and it'll show up. This name is a display name. If you didn't have this JSON, it would use the file name. But now this name will be the name that shows up. My understanding is this name also determines the sort order when you're sorting alphabetically.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So it's that display name. So you can name it here in this JSON if you want to manipulate a little bit by the name where it lands. That's particularly interesting, I think, with the new folders feature that's coming down the pike here. That's the JSON. Now let's go to and add our graphics. I'm going to go back to that same site, and we have the box art. We could use this box art, but I'm going to go ahead and use this one. This one looks pretty sharp here. One of the things that I wanted to do with Sprint Game Manager is I didn't want to have to, download this and edit, put it in a photo editor or image editor and do all that.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Which it isn't hard once you do it, and you can kind of get almost a cadence, but it's tedious.
Even whenever you get good at it, like I've done so many doing all the testing and showing for videos, even when you're good at it, when you start getting a lot of ROMs, it's very time consuming.
It's time consuming. And so what you can do here is once you find an image, any of these images, once you find an image you like, just right click in the browser and do a copy image, get it in your clipboard. And now in Sprint Game Manager, we have, in every one of these, we have a paste. It will take that in your clipboard and say, fine, I'll create your PNG in this case, and I'll size it. For the box, we just create the small box right away too. And we go out here, do a refresh, and we got our guys, and they're sized like we want them, and they're named right. That's a nice thing.
Everything automated.
Yeah, the one thing I would say about automation, because there's a lot of different ways, and people might write scripts. This makes no decisions for you. It automates some of that tedious stuff, but it's all your choices. It doesn't guess. It doesn't say, oh, I'll go and curate files for you. It's really empowering the user. It's almost made for people that want to curate their own carousel in a way, that people that actually like to do it. But you know what I mean? Like, I'd like to do this, but I don't like to size 10 images.
Yeah.
Right. Let's talk about QR code. That's typically a manual. I wanted to kind of highlight something I've been doing with this is, I'm sure, Casey, you have every overlay ever made, physical overlay
Pretty
in your
close.
place, right? A lot of times, a lot of people aren't going to have the overlay for this game, right? It's just handy. What I've been doing is, instead of putting the manual in that QR code, I've been coming here and grabbing this and doing a copy image link, and coming here and doing a URL, pasting that URL here, and putting that one in there. Because when I start this game, I'll put my phone up to it and get it on my phone, so I have a reference next to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the overlay to slide in. So that's just something that I thought of it. I was like, oh, you don't have to do a manual. Frankly, you don't even have to do a QR code. You could put a different image there.
But when you're doing the QR code and it's going the Atari games, it is loading more than just a game manual. At first it was said game manual, but it's loading a bunch of information. A lot of it's still being populated. I'm one of the ones helping with that.
Oh, nice.
But it is going to more than the manual. Real
Oh,
quick,
okay.
I had someone leave a comment, and I don't want to forget about it. I think it was Tofu. Would it be able to add high score configs?
Yeah, let's since that's asked, I'm going to go to Boulder Dash here. It's down here if it's in
Nice.
there if it's in there already. So that's, I think what this person's asking is, can we have maybe a button that says add save high scores?
So that's adding that line saying save high scores equals true or whatever that is. That's adding that line to the JSON file.
I think it would be nice if it added it. I hesitated to do that because most games won't use it. And I was afraid that people might see that option and go, oh yeah, I want high scores saved for this game.
I wonder if does it hurt anything to have it there on games that don't need it?
I don't think so.
They'll just be like, hey, how come it's not saving? There are a lot of homebrews that do save, whether it's your progress or high scores, but not all of them by any means.
I might add that there's a new setting coming too for the options. But if it's already in there, we'll show it. But no button today to magically add it. You'd have to edit the file and put it in there. But if
you have all those files, what I did, and I'm not anyone technical, I just copied the whole line and pasted it in the same spot on another JSON file, and it works.
Agreed. Yep.
And just to be clear, you edit that in almost any text editor. Right click, edit in text editor, and it should pop it up. If I can do it, most of you can.
Yeah, and for those more advanced settings, in a way, I think people will, those folks will be able to do it. Let's go ahead and grab our other images. I'm going to grab the actual image this time for the overlay. If we look at Armor Battle, of course, they offer, you can double click any of these images here to kind of get the full size. So they do this technique of putting the overlay in a controller. So I did have this build option here, and you can kind of paste the image in or browse to a file, but I'll just use the big overlay since I've already set it. And Sprint Game Manager tries to lay it in there as best it can for whatever image you happen to have. So that's a way you can get those if you don't want to build your own. And then the screenshots, we'll just go grab a couple here. Paste that one and do the same here. And that's it. I mean, we've built out Treasure of Tarman here. The last thing I'll show with this particular one is I do give a warning here if the name gets a little long. I've noticed in my testing, I thought it seemed like it was 35. If the base name, what I call the base name here, gets that long. So now we can do a change file name here and hit OK.
And that's actually renaming the file that's on the drive or the folder.
Yeah, and it renames all of them. So because that's the magic naming.
Yep, they have to match.
So it's a nice way if you did want to change your names that you can do it once, and then we would have the new name here. The other thing you had mentioned would be the analyze. And so you could keep adding games that way. The analyze just goes through your entire, I clicked it. There's a little delay sometimes that's going through all these files. It just kind of looks for stuff across your entire game library that you've got here. And
so the red would be if anything is missing or out of whack, it'll show up in red?
For the most part, I don't, by default, it doesn't tell you if a snap 3 is not there. It'll only tell you if a snap 1 or snap 2. But that's a setting in the i9. You can say, I want 3 snapshots, and I want to know when I don't have those. You can set it to do that. Right now, this doesn't warn, if you will, on that. But yeah, if you're missing any image, and
you can checkbox whatever you want to check for, and those will come up red.
Yeah,
like
let's look at this wrong overlay resolution. On this one, it looks like it's chip shot, and we get it here. This one actually has 2 of them, and we get a red. If we hover over that red, it says resolution mismatch expected to 228, 478, and we actually got 479. That's probably the fat finger when you were sizing it in your image editor. You just hit 9, saved it, you just move on. This doesn't break the sprint, right? It's fine, but they recommend you have the sizes right. So I think to prevent stutter or
and it will stutter early on. Before I made that cheat sheet, I had images all over the place, and I was one of the early people that had it, and I had stutter. And as soon as I fixed that, it went away. If it's constantly resizing all the images, the more it resizes, the more it'll stutter. It works fine. It's just annoying.
And my button with the label, my buttons get so small. But here we can resize. When it recognizes that, you could just hit the resize button. It's a tiny here. It'll just correct it for you. So we fixed those 2. This one here missing big overlay highlights something with triple challenge. There's this overlay 2 and overlay 3. When you use these, you can have 3 images on that control screen. Typically, like all of these others, like triple action, you have your big overlay and then another image. But you can forego the big overlay and do 3. If you have more than 1 overlay, what we're calling the overlay images, like if you have 2 or 3 of these, then the big overlay, even if you have it, doesn't show.
Like triple challenge and the games that or have a left and a right. There's games that need that.
That's exactly right. In my video, I kind of used chess where they had a left and a right overlay. And then the thing that I think that I thought is pretty cool, pretty neat when you're out on the Atari Age forums, the sprint has kind of given people room to make it their own with these graphics and stuff. And I kind of wanted to share just a forum out here on Atari Age that people have been posting stuff that they're doing and stuff that they're putting in to that screen. And I just thought this was really neat, kind of creating sheets, some art type stuff. So it doesn't you don't have to put the controller over, the overlay in the controller
that way. But one side note, I don't know how Sprint Manager does it, but if you have a different size graphic, you have to put the bars, or does Sprint Manager do that part automatically? I can't remember.
Yeah. So let's do that real quick on our Treasure of Carmen. Yeah, that's a great question. So
I was doing that in Photoshop early on.
Yeah. So let's look at that. I'm glad you brought that up. So let's go over here to our thing here, and let's grab this. Let's say we wanted this image. It just is something we wanted in our game controls when we do it. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this in here, and we get this stretch effect, right? This isn't really what we want, but it's the right resolution, right? So
that's a long cart.
That's a long cart, right? It looks funny, but we want that resolution, this resolution. So what I put in here for these, because I knew people might want to put fun stuff in there, Easter eggs, you could put a picture of yourself or your kids in there for fun, and they would maybe go in there and see it, and they would enjoy that, right? So this keep ratio, pasting it over the top, what it did is it took a blank PNG and put this inside it so it didn't lose the resolution. And now when we look at it, the image is the right size, but we kind of put those bars, but it supports transparency. So these are transparent. And so we can put those types of images in through here without, trying to fiddle with it in a program too.
Oh, nice. I color matched the background is how I did it. I didn't know that it did transparent images.
Yeah. The transparency is recognized by the Sprint, which is really cool. And then I embedded in my program. I'm clicking on the wrong screen here. Embedded in the program is a fully transparent image that's the right size, and then we can kind of size to the right way. So I was really excited when people were kind of using Sprint Game Manager, and then their minds went to this. And once you kind of get rid of the noise, you're kind of free to kind of think and like, oh, what am I going to do and experiment and kind of create the sprint that's yours is kind of cool.
It's so, I say it all the time, it's so great how open they've made this console for everyone. We can do pretty much anything and everything, however we want to build it, use it. They've made it completely as open as they can. They want everyone to be happy, and I think it's amazing. I've never seen a console like these come out where it's just open completely.
Yeah, and I remember you were at some show seeing it for the first time, or you were kind of at a booth, and we didn't know. No. Really, we didn't know, but you were kind of getting pieces of it. And I was thinking to myself, if we can't make this carousel with our side loads, it's just gonna be so unfortunate. And then they did it, and they gave us this ability. I was like, oh, this is really cool.
Someone's asking if it's the source code is posted.
Yeah, so I post the source out there in GitHub. Yep.
Is that for people that want to change things and tinker around, or what? Explain to people that don't know what
the full source is out there. So I didn't have a Mac and I didn't build a Mac, but like somebody took it and built it on their own Mac. So that allows people to do that type of thing too. I think somebody in the forums mentioned running it on Unix.
So that link that I put in there, will people from there be able to get to the source, or does it need to be a different link?
No. The link you provided is the best link for just people that are like, look, I want to just start using it, right?
Okay. Yeah, that link's in the description of this live stream, guys, for anyone that wishes to go and check it out.
But anybody that is talking about source code, they'll know what they're doing. They'll be able to click here and get to it. Yeah. I the average person, don't worry about that. But if you're that, and yeah, for the Mac user, I'm going to try to at every release include a Windows and a Mac build from here on out.
I appreciate that. There are a lot of Mac users. I mean, I have both up here, but my main streaming computer, it's a Mac.
Yeah. I didn't realize I needed a Mac to actually build it. So I was hoping I could just do it. But yeah.
I must be coming in late. What is Sprint Game Manager? It's basically a piece of software that Steve here created that lets you organize all your Sprint files, resize them. It pretty much does everything you could want to do and makes it super easy.
Yeah, and I don't know if we got anything else we want to look at. I have a build using the new folder stuff that you and Ben talked about yesterday.
Oh yeah, if you want to show that, that'd be nice. So the new firmware, guys, we'll talk about it in a bit too in Sprint World segment. But he's already got software set up that utilizes folders now. And
I think he posted that to the Atari Age.
It is posted on Atari Age this afternoon.
So this is kind of maybe a sneak peek of what I'm kind of thinking about for that. I want to get this out pretty soon. There's a lot we could do there, but
Bart says it's such an amazing program. You're awesome for putting it out there for everyone.
thank you. Yeah, the community's response and stuff has just all been so nice.
Oh yes. Four String says thank you, Steve. Everyone's loved it that's tried it.
Yeah, I always say if you stared into the belly of the beast, meaning you did this for some games, but they kind of the old-fashioned way and stuff, you do, you're like, oh geez, you know, you have PSTD for doing that. Yeah. What am I looking for here? Where's the? Oh, yeah. So let's go. I forgot I loaded it here. So let's go to that same USB. This is with a version that is not out there yet. So we'll put a new version out this week sometime. But this has the folder support. So we have a new button here. If you'll notice, I say game, because how the folders work on this, how the folders will work on the Sprint with the new update is they kind of act like games, but when you enter them, they actually show you what's inside them. And we'll go ahead and create a folder. I'm curious how people will use folders or how people will choose to organize things. I'm gonna call this family favorites, and we're gonna have a folder of that where we put our family favorites in it. We can go in there and then there's just those, you know, or something like that. So we can create the folders in here. It's just creating a folder. Just you could go to your USB and do it too, and would see it. And now we can move. I've added multi-select, so we can kind of go through here and maybe pick, you know, the ones that we want, and we could drag them up into family favorites. If it works for me here. I'm not sure what the stutter was there. Apparently I got to test this more. Yeah, okay, it's just slow.
So version, it moved. That's why it's not out yet.
That's right. Look, I don't have a group of testers or anything like this, so it's got its warts, but you know, I try to, you know, so it just kind of works. Hopefully pretty good. So here what happened then is we can move our games around through here if we wanted to, but family favorites, which is a folder, also has all of these files.
Yes, all the same attributes. You can do the art JSON files where you can have a description, and it's pretty cool that you can have all of those for the folders.
And I had, where I don't know.
So far, I've just done artwork, and I did a couple quick ones just for that stream yesterday after Ben told me that you could do that. And then afterwards, he tells me about the JSON files and all the other things.
Right. So it's the same games. Or I mean, the same files.
Yes.
For that.
Same box. It's the same. The art for the files, the folders, is the same as for the box art, small and big, same size.
Yep. So all the same files. It'll have the same screens. You can even do the game controls is in there, and so the JSON you can set up. You can now do text for players, and then my new build, that's a little fix coming. It used to be a numeric 1, 2, 3. In this latest build coming out, they support putting in something like this. So now,
I asked for that feature to be put in there, and I told them that the amount of players is pretty important, especially for new people. They're going to be loading at baseball and like, why isn't this working? You know, it's like, so they said it was a lot of work. So I provided that list of all the players.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And then also the publisher that switched. I put Mattel and INTV Inc. And I know a lot of you guys have seen it already. There's some years that are wrong. I'm now working on getting a year's spreadsheet so we can correct. They're like a year off, or it's something small, and it's not a huge deal, but I mean, you want to get them right.
Yeah, that was a great ask for being able to put this as text string.
Yeah, because I mean, some are only one, some are only two, some are one or two, and then you have like skiing that are 1 to 6, and I know there's other games that are different, and it's good to know.
So that'll come. So that's kind of a sneak peek at kind of the folders. You can here I'll save my changes there, but here I also added this move, and you could actually say, well, I'm gonna put in maybe family favorites, and then you could put maybe members of your family here as an example, and you can from this menu, and this is always a move over here, but you could say I actually want to make a copy of the game into another folder and actually have the game live in 2 places. Now, granted, it's a copy of the files, so if you wanted to update them, you'd have to update them in 2 places. But I give that ability here to kind of make a copy. And then the rename of the folder too would rename those files that are
so like if you had a game that was in family friendly, but you also had a folder called Mattel, or another game that said, you know, action RPGs, you could have it in multiple areas and just make copy. Is that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So kind of like if you had I could imagine like a folder of, like I said, like, you know, Junior's favorites, Mrs. favorites, right? You have, and they both like Lock and Chase, right? So you know, then maybe you'd have a copy. So that was.
So is it creating, like, say there was a game was in 7 different folders, you have a big family, is it creating all those files 7 times over, or is it like a reference?
Well, how it works, it would be 7 times over.
Okay, so
but
theoretically you could also have their own artwork and stuff.
They'd have their own artwork and stuff. So if the idea here is Night Stalker's built out, or let's take Buzz Bombers just as an example. I can move this to family favorites, but click the make copy.
So it's leaving it where it currently is and making a copy into the favorites.
Now we see Buzz Bombers here.
Yes.
And we see Buzz Bombers here. So it is in both spots, but it literally, I keep going to the wrong thing here. Whoops. If we look here, we have the Buzz Bomber files here. And then if we go into family favorites, we also see the same files here. So if you would change one in one place, there's no magic that it knows where all the other ones are. You'd have to go to each one if you want them different. But it would allow people to customize maybe their extra graphics themselves if you wanted to go that far.
Yeah. So here's something from Luke. He just tested it. He said it found out that if you put the save game flag in the JSON file, it'll prevent games from booting up. Not a good idea to add them to every JSON file. And he said certain games, I asked him, you mean on games that do not save? He said certain games, one from another publisher that is supposed to save high scores, won't work if you put the code on. And I'm wondering what the correct way for that is. The only way I know of currently is to do that JSON file that I just copied the code from Boulder Dash. And it's worked on the few games that I've done, but I haven't done many. So that's definitely going to be interesting to figure out.
That comment there kind of speaks a little bit why I didn't want to just have a button that people click and not know why they're putting it in there.
Yeah, create a new problem.
Yeah, and so that's where my hesitancy lied. I appreciate like wanting to quickly get it in there, but if you do have it in there, I will show it.
Codemaster is asking, will Game Manager or Sprint Manager run under Wine in Linux?
Somebody I haven't tried it myself, and I haven't tested it on there. Somebody in the community said, yeah, I got it running on it. Or they run it on Linux. it's written hopefully to allow that. The Macintosh, my understanding, is close to Linux. So if it or kind of almost a base on that. So, but I don't put out like a Linux build of it that somebody can just download.
He said, "Cool." So, do you have plans as this evolves and things change? I'm sure you're going to keep updating this, right? Because you use it for your personal use as well as letting everyone else have it. So I'm assuming that your updates are going to follow with the changes that are made.
Yeah, I'll try. You know, I'm doing this for fun.
Yeah, and for your own use.
Yeah, that's right. So, in my free time, but I enjoy doing it.
I understand that part, believe me.
Yeah. But I want to, like with the folders for sure. That was a biggie, and especially being able to manage this stuff here. People are going to want to do that.
Yes.
One could imagine a lot of stuff in here, you know, for a lot of things. I do like the fact that this is a single screen. Not too much here, really kind of holding in on kind of the specific things. I don't want to go crazy with it either. I don't want to create a full-fledged file manager, but for sure, I hope to kind of keep it going along, you know, if they do make other changes that kind of relate to the side loading.
So one thing I want to add that I found out the hard way, once I saw that you could add multiple overlays, I tried adding a force snap. And I don't know if everyone would have the same results as I did, but when I added a force snap, none of my snaps would show up. And even if I take it back out where there's only 3, nothing would show. I had to wipe all to fix it. So yeah, don't add a force snap, guys. Or if you do and it works, let me know. But it didn't work for me, and it took all snaps away.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't do that here.
Yeah, I figured, why wouldn't it work? Snap 1, 2, 3. I just tried 4, and nope.
Yeah, I don't. I tried to be sensitive to destructive or, like I said, this kind of just adds things. I don't have, you know, somebody could be like, oh, can we delete stuff in here? And I kind of shied away a little bit from that. I was worried. I didn't want to delete people's stuff, you know, and
yeah, I think what you've done's great. Do what you think's right. It's for you.
Yeah.
You're putting it out. Suggestions that work, that's awesome. But yeah, definitely, I think it's a great piece of software. A lot of people are using it, and I think the more it gets out there and the more people that talk about it and show it, I think even more people are going to be using it.
Yeah, and you know, I think there'll be, you know, people will curate, and already have people curate all these assets. I still like, even you know, grab those and, you know, got all of the images already. I still like visualizing it in here, even for that, just kind of say, well, what do I all have? So, but yeah, I don't know if there's any other questions or.
So right now, guys, do you have any other questions for Steve on Sprint Manager? Go ahead and enter them in now. And then after this, we'll get to the LTO Flash giveaway. With the amount of people in here, obviously I was busy last night after the other show, went to work today, came home, we got on here. I don't have the quick way, so we're going to have to type the names in to the wheel spin. But before that, if you have questions for Steve or you want to give him a compliment, go ahead and do it now, and we'll throw them up and read it. You can add text to your game descriptions through your JSON file, even the folders. You can have descriptions of the folders in there. Savitor says, thanks for sharing this with the community. I'm really looking forward to trying it out. Dark Underdog says, keep rocking it. Code Monsieur, wonderful software utility. Thanks for sharing it with the Sprint community. Star Paddler, if you're working on Sprint files and not using SGM, you are needlessly adding complexity to your work. Tofu, did Corey acknowledge all members at the beginning of the video? I did acknowledge all the current members, not the new ones. That's a lot of work, and I literally got home and came on here. So yeah, the new ones will be on next week for sure. Eric Wards, thanks for this utility. Benvril, thank you for your time, Steve. I'm assuming that there's no new questions. I think you did a really good job explaining how it works, showing it all off. I've seen a few questions here and there, and I tried to put them up or interject whenever I could. But yeah, I think you did a good job explaining it. I'm really looking forward to trying out the Mac version, and I'll put on the PC version as well. I have PC computers in the house as well as laptops. Like I said, most of my time's just spent here because of YouTube on my Mac Mini. Little Alien, appreciate the tool. Thank you again. Mark W and Rob Bob present. Looks great, Steve. Thank you, Steve. The analyze feature works great. Tofu says this is brilliant tool and you made it so quickly. Everyone was impressed by that. I'm like, what, already?
Yeah.
Very well done.
AI get some thanks in that one. You know, when you start making this stuff, it's like, oh, how do you merge two PNGs together? Oh, okay, it tells you. Right?
Sweet. For strings, this live stream serves as the perfect tutorial. So Steve has a YouTube channel, and I don't think I put that in the video, but I do have in the description, but I do have his video explaining everything in great detail in the Sprint playlist on my channel. So you can definitely go find and support his channel as well. Follow him to see future updates or whatever he's doing.
Yeah, people don't have to follow me, but
I'm sure they will.
welcome to.
Appreciate the video. Thank you, says Cajanox. The real cell block. Look forward to using this when I get my Sprint. And Dark Underdog's asking, what AI did you use?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I used ChatGPT primarily for this one. Actually, they're 5.2, their new one.
Star Paddler just had time to pop in for a minute. Thanks so much for this, Steve. Textigool says, thank you, Steve. I'll also be testing on the Mac this week. Yeah, definitely me as well. I'll be happy to show it and try it out. What's the best USB drive to use with the Sprint? That 1-inch biceps? That's a good question right now. Some people are having issues, and some people say one thing that they found, and other people it contradicts. It's like, I really don't have an answer. Do you have any more information on that, Steve? Have you tried different things?
No, I bought a brand new USB, I think a USB 3.0, and then I've used for testing here. I've used an old one I had just laying around, old 4 gigabyte one. Both of them are fine for me. So I'm
using the SanDisk Fat 32, I think, and just the ones I had laying around. And I bought more of them, and they've worked. Some people report problems with USB 3.0 sticks, and then some people. You know, we were told to use USB port. Some people, it will check them all. Some people say, mine didn't work on that, but I put it in port 1 or port 2 and it worked. But it will not work in a certain port. It's an oddity for sure. Yeah, I've got SanDisk. That's what I have. INTV So Dak says, definitely a time saver. Many thanks. Harvey, you're late tonight. Harvey Decline, there's a programmer as well, does a lot of such things and boards and good to see you, sir. Atari should just source and sell a compatible stick with the Intellivision branding. There's lots of things that might happen. We don't know. But definitely anything else you want to add, Steve, before we move on?
No, I appreciate it a ton here, Casey. This was fun for me.
Yeah, this was fun. And we got a personal firsthand look at the software. You've done an amazing job. You did an amazing job tonight, showing us, giving us a glimpse and showing what it can do. And I think you're going to find a lot more users after tonight and probably in weeks to come.
I had a bunch of downloads today after you had posted your thing. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yep. I have a pretty good ear on the Intellivision community. There's only a handful of us, and, you know, the Sprint is a really hot topic. So, I mean, and it's such a great product. Everyone's doing tedious work, and here you've got something beautiful and free, and someone that's well planned and you can just get in there and click, click, click and get a lot of stuff done. I can't wait to try it myself.
Yeah.
All right, then. Well, I thank you for coming on, Steve. I thank you for giving me some of your evening. It was very informative, and I know everyone appreciates you for both the software and coming on and talking about it. And maybe we get something bigger, we'll have you on again or something and talk about it, even if it's just a short clip. If you're free, if you've got updates, reach out to me, let me know if you want me to try it. Yeah, I'd be happy to have you back on and talk a little bit more.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and appreciate the community, all the support. It's been really, really nice experience.
Yeah, that's
for me
awesome.
here. Yeah,
that's awesome. All right, buddy. Well, we will chat soon, and I look forward to downloading it, like I said, and I'll chat with you soon.
Appreciate it, Casey. Bye.
Night, Steve.
Yep.
All right, let me get back here. That is awesome, guys. Steve is great. The software is great. I mean, obviously, as I said, I haven't tried it myself, but I've watched videos. I've talked to other people that have used it. Everyone loves it. He did an amazing job, and I really appreciate, whenever people in the community do something that helps everyone. It really is an awesome thing to see. And before we go any farther, we are going to do a giveaway. We're going to give away that LTO Flash from Troy Cam, and this is from his personal collection. It's everything he's bought. It's all there. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Poestyle saying, thanks, Steve. New firmware. Yeah, the color palette. That's pretty cool. Everyone likes something different. Everyone's saying, thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steve. Stokjock, I got here a little late. I'll watch the replay. Very informative. Very good to have Steve on and telling us all about it firsthand. Does anyone know how to... you're talking about the files or getting them to work? Because we can talk about the latter. And they are on some of the collections. We'll get into that because I just recently, through other people, have those working. Very stoked to try to load ROMs in a couple days when my spin arrives. It's a lot of fun. It's fun tinkering. It's fun getting all the files. It's fun seeing the stuff you worked on and then loading up the Sprint console and seeing all the display things and the art and the descriptions. It's like I really enjoy it. I can't wait until things kind of slow down with testing in my life and where I can actually start making my own Sprint, USB stick of how I want things and get everything loaded up. And I'm going to have a Sprint in pretty much every room here shortly. And I need to get the games done. Yes, very nice guy. All right, so let's get in here. I'm going to leave a 64 gig works fine by my update. It's weird. It's like sometimes things are working for some people and then for some reason not others. And there doesn't seem to be anything that you can just be like, oh, okay, we won't do that or we'll do this. I think there's a lot of variables in this. All right, so LTO Flash giveaway courtesy of Troy Cam. Courtesy. So here we go. Try to limit comments for a few minutes, guys. This takes a while. We've got a lot of people in here. I've got Crash 7. I've got Bears Fan Goomba. I've got Charles Dysert. So simply comment. Give me a few minutes. No other comments, please. If you want to enter, please enter. Please, whatever you're going to put. Just one comment. Don't type it again. I'm going to have to put it in Excel, and I will make sure there's no duplicates, but that will slow me down. Put in there a comment that you want to enter, and give me a few minutes here, and then we'll give this bad boy away. Stokjock says enter. I'll try to name everyone. This is going to go crazy, guys. Yesterday we did this and boom, I can't even keep up with how fast it goes. So I'm going to let you guys scroll and it'll be delayed, but I'm going to, when I type your name in, I'll also say it. So here we go. Oh boy, I missed a few there. Okay, so I've got Stokjock entered. I've got DJC entered. I've got Dark Underdog entered. And again, guys, even if it's delayed, I'll ask at the end if anyone's missing. Please don't do it twice. I had to delete a bunch of names yesterday. All right, so I've got Brigadoon, or however you say that, 5125 entered. I've got 13, and please no alt accounts or anything like that. Let's please be fair about it. Eventually I'll do this a different way, but today's probably the last time doing it this way. TORQ's in here. Mr. Chip is in here, or entered. We've got Pierre entered. Pierre Gareau. Oh, my throat's killing me. We've got M. Mackey 27 entered. We've got Mr. Cow Food entered. Eddie Pepper entered. Don't mind typos. We'll know who you are. INTV So Dak entered. Fuga Ziol entered. We've got Mark W and Rob Bob Present entered. That's the longest name I've ever entered in the wheel. Mr. Poestyle, he wants that LTO Flash. Kajanox entered. 1 Inch Biceps entered. And if I haven't said it enough already, I really want to thank Troy for giving this back to the community and for doing it on the channel. It is not me giving this away. This is coming from Troy Cam. All right, 1 Inch Biceps. We got Mark Bear. We've got Tech Stickle. I know Poe loves that name. Mr. Chickens. And I'll show you guys the names before. Let me get them in here. Derek. And just in case, we're going to... Derek. And then I'll just put ND6EE. We'll definitely know who that is. Sarah Jean C. Metal Torso Gaming. Oh boy, there's a lot of you guys again. Pete 2049. Tim Babcock. Eric Wards. HB Reen 04. You are entered. Off Grid Arcade. Stomach's growling. We still have a long ways to go for the show, too. It's going to be a late one again. Code Monsieur. Don't want to typo your name. Savitor. H. Breen. Got you. We got Steve. Moonar 7494. Little Alien. Aussie 5940. Luke wants the LTO Flash. Luke, Intellivision Collector. I almost wrote Intellivision Gamer just out of habit. Cranable. Oop, get back over there. Cranable. Matt Stanton. 3402. The Real Cell Block. And we better not have more names than we have viewers, because that means alt accounts, guys. Please don't do that. I'm going to check here in a bit. See where it's going. Good luck, everyone. I absolutely have no idea why I'm here. Are you entering the contest? Giving away an LTO Flash. We're going to give away a few other things as well. Digit 088. Hopefully I didn't miss anyone. And I'll show the list. Digit 088. Entered. Let me see if hopefully I didn't miss anyone. I pretty much, I wasn't scrolling until I got everyone. Anyone else? Anyone else? I'm going to leave it on digit 88. I'm going to put these into Excel. Make sure if you want to enter, this is also going to be for some ROM packages from the Intellivision Collector and Electronite. I don't have any from Digital Revolution. They're not selling them yet. I'll start giving some away from them at times too once he's getting that going. So I'm going to open up Excel here. Again, if you want to enter and you haven't already, definitely go ahead and type your name in if you're not already entered. I'm going to enter them in Excel. Make sure there's not any doubles. We did this yesterday. Alphabetize it. And then I'm going to go through and just make sure that I have no dupes. Guys, look like you did pretty good tonight. 41 people in. We don't have more people entered than we have viewers, which that's a good thing. All right, so let's see here. Kurt Bradshaw says, I have 2 LTO cartridges. Don't count me in. That's very nice of you, Kurt, because he really does want it to go someone that's going to not just resell it, someone that wants it, someone that's going to use it. It's a great piece of hardware. I was scrolling with you. Digit was the only one I noticed you missed. Okay, he's in there now, definitely. Tofu, are you saying just for the raw or that's going to be the same list? You can only win once. Okay, so we got Roger Matthews, and I'll spell your last name right tonight. Hawks fam. Stick boy. Did we do? I got Stick Boy in. You're already in there. Like I said, we'll show it and go in. From you, just for the ROMs for Tofu. Okay, remind me after I do that. In fact, I'm gonna put you in now, and if I see your name as a winner, we'll spin again. Just so I don't forget to put you in afterwards. You can still be in there. I'll reach out to you or come back later and watch. You were here, you entered. I'm okay with that. So I'll leave you in there unless you really want me to take you out. And I'll post on my Facebook. And if I don't hear back from people, I'll give them a while. All right. Going once. Going twice. All right. Closed. All right, so I'm going to shuffle. First one to give me a number. We're going to shuffle these entries. However many times you say, please don't say like 100. Maybe 1 to 20. First one to give me a number. Eddie Pepper says, thumbs up, everyone. Casey rules. Hey, someone that didn't say Corey. All right, we got 7. We've got Steve says 7. Kurt is right. I don't need the LTO, Casey, just for ROMs. Me too. All right, so if you don't want it, if you already have it, he really does want it to go to someone that needs it and is going to use it. That's up to you, your own conscience. So if it comes to you, I know already Roger and Tofu, if you happen to win, we'll respin. If anyone else wants just in on the ROMs, we can do that too. All right, I know the other way is quicker and easier. I really do love the wheel. All right, so now from 30 to 90, give me any number. The first number, 30 to 90, the seconds we're going to spin this bad boy. 69. I'm assuming that's what that's for. We're going to do 69 seconds. Oh, I can't do that. I don't think. I can do 60. I can do 60. I thought I could do any number of seconds, but I can't. At least not on this one. All right, we got it. We got it. So, that would have been great. I'm not in the wheel spin part. So here we go. I'm going to show the names. We're going to slowly go down. Everyone will have video proof. They're all in here. Uh-oh, there we go. Some of them get cut off there whenever I scroll down. Let me do this. We have a bigger window tonight, I think. Unless I scrolled up last time, that could be it. All right, so I am going to shuffle. Or what? Did I miss that? Let me go back. What was that he said? Crap, now I lost track. Oh, 7. We're going to shuffle 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Uh-oh. I got to switch my camera here. I have it on, but I switched it out. So we got OBS virtual camera. Now we're going to show it. Sorry about that, guys. So we're going to go back to the top. Here are all the names. It's been shuffled. Everyone's in there that was typed in. We are set to go to 60 seconds. We are going to have a winner for the LTO Flash, courtesy of Troy Cam. This is going to be awesome. This is quite a gift. I don't know if you guys know how much these things are worth. They are amazing. Here we go. Let's do it. Oh, man. I can't even win, and I'm excited. Then we're going to give away some ROM packages, too. And that's for the 1,500 sub celebration. We're getting close to 1,650-ish, but it happened so quick. We just barely did the 1,000 sub giveaway last night. Oh, man, I can start reading some of the names. We're getting closer. There goes Savitor, Poestyle, Aussie, Mackie, Crash 7. I can't even keep up. There goes Charles. If I call your name, it will not make it back around. 1-inch biceps, Code Monsieur, Pierre, Matt, Cajanox, Metal Torso Gaming, TORQ, Pete 2049. That might be it. Oh, Pete 2049. That is awesome. Congrats on being the winner for the LTO Flash from Troy Cam. So I am going to remove you. So let's see here. Are we going to have a winner or a wiener? Hot dog. Yeah, I like the wheel spin. That was for Eric Wards. Yeah, I love the wheel spin. Congrats, everyone saying hello. All right, so definitely reach out to me if you search Intellivision Gamer or the description of this video. You can find my emails, Atari Age, Discord, whatever. I will get it. Again, give me a day or so, and we'll get an address, and I'll ship it out. All right, so now we've removed the winner for that one. We're going to give away a couple ROM packages, and if Luke wins the ROM package for himself, we'll spin again. All right, so I'm going to lower this because we don't need a minute for the smaller ones. I'll do 30 seconds. That's like, oh, wait, can I do? Oh, I can. 60 was the max, though, but I can do individual numbers. All right, we're going to do 30 seconds. Congratulations, Pete 2049. That's awesome. All right, so now we're going to give away a digital package, and all the games that are available, I'll let you pick which one. I need to get with Luke, and we'll figure that out. But either way, we'll get you a ROM package. You can pick your choice. Here we go. First one up. Who's going to win a new ROM package from the IntellivisionCollector.com? It's getting down to the nitty-gritty here. 30 seconds, I find a good mix of not quick, but not taking forever. Thanks, Troy. Thanks for the giveaway. I appreciate you, sir. Uh-oh. Crash 7. Keith, you win. Send me a message, buddy. You message me all the time. I know you know how to get a hold of me. Find out what's available from Intellivision Collector that you need, and we'll get that to you. All right, removed. We are going to give one away from Electronite. Here we go. Who's going to win an Electronite game package? These both, they're coming out completely ready, whether you're using Backbit, LTO Flash, whether you're using the Sprint, all the files are there ready to just drag over. Off-Grid Arcade, maybe Mr. Chip, looking like Mr. Chip. Mr. Chip. Reach out to me. William's got it set up. I just pay him directly and I give him your name and email. So reach out to me and we'll get that going. All right, guys. 2 more ROM packages. Let me get back up to here. Man, I drink a lot of water at work today, being back at work, and we're already an hour 47 in. I'm like, usually during the show, I don't have to go pee-pee, but woo! And we still got a long ways to go. I definitely want to show you what's in this bad boy. One of the coolest collector pieces you can get as an Intellivision collector. There's some unobtainable stuff, and I happen to have one of those, but this is also up there like that. So I definitely want to talk about the news, and that is stuff that was not ready. We've got a few things here. Let me click over. I want to make sure that it's still there. Yes, it is. Nope, it did move. As soon as I clicked on it, there it went. So we've got the weekly high score challenge on Intellivision Invasion Facebook group, and this was for Dracula. Stefano was first place with 18,150. Rick Weidman, good to see you back in this, Rick. 16,300. Romaine in third, 10,525. Very close fourth. Mike, 10,050. Kurt Kietsky, 9,900. Cristiano, 5,500. Intellivision's digital fanzine, my voice is going, wow, 3,250. Cesario, 2,000, and DJF, 250. And currently this week playing Pitfall, one of my favorite original games. Hope to see a lot of people playing Pitfall. We're going to find out who can just go last for 20 minutes and who knows all the right way to go to get to the bigger scores. You definitely have to follow a pattern to get, over 100,000 or whatever that is. All right, what else we got next? Intellivision Collectors Digital Games. I wanted to bring that up. I don't have that ready, but I wanted to talk about Intellivision Collector and other like Electronite as well. When you buy these ROM packages, you're getting all the files, arts, you're getting the manual. I believe both of them now are doing Backbit files ready to go in a folder, and you have a Sprint folder. Intellivision Collector is also doing Intellivision, which for those of you that don't know what that is, you take a Nintendo DSi XL, I think the 3D one works too, and you basically put an Intellivision emulator on it, and the overlays are on the touchscreen. Intellivision Collector also includes those files. A lot of us are going to be using these on the Sprint, like the Sprint folder. All the files are sized. They're all there. All the artwork, the snaps. You just slide the files over to USB stick. Boom, you're playing. So it's really cool to see what the Sprint's doing for the community. A lot more people, a lot more ROM sales. We definitely love that. Montezuma's Revenge. If you guys don't know, it's limited to 300 purchases. It's going fast. That is an amazing game from Intellivision Collector. You definitely want to go purchase that. Yeah, I wouldn't miss out on that one. It's a great game. And Electronite, some of you guys have been looking. I don't think it's been updated, but there are other games available like Phoenix, Mr. Do, Tale of Dragons and Swords. Is that what? Screw the name up. There's a lot of games that said coming soon that are now available. And for that one, you're going to want to email electronite@hotmail.com. Let me throw that, hotmail.com. Let me throw that up here for you guys real quick. And the other one was intellivisioncollector.com. Here's that one. I'll leave it up here for a quick second. This is intellivisioncollector.com. He sells lots of OG stuff. He does upgrades for consoles or sells them. He has homebrews and he has ROM packages. And then for Electronite, you email electronite@hotmail.com like you see down below here, and you can ask him for any of the ROM purchases, and he will definitely get back to you as soon as he sees it. Sometimes it might take a little bit. He's in a different time zone than most of us. So what else we got here? Brian's Man Cave pressure cooker, and that one is not here either. Give me 1 second. I definitely want to show that. I think that was on Facebook as well. Brian's Man Cave. I don't know why that it takes these away. There's, oop, I don't want to tag him. I'm trying to search. Brian's Man Cave. Here we go. Definitely want to leave. Normally I've got these tabs all ready and set up. So we're going to go back over here. So here you can see Brian's post, Brian's Man Cave. Definitely want to give him a follow on YouTube and Facebook. He does a lot of content on YouTube, and he also creates games. And here he's got a port of a 2600 Atari 2600 pressure cooker for the Intellivision in the works. And you can see how it's looking so far. That might be cut off just a tad. Let me move that. It's actually set up for the wheel. It's not too bad. Yep, just a little bit there. Luckily, you can do this on the fly. It's not too bad. But yeah, definitely give this a follow. I look forward to trying, and we definitely need to have Brian on again. He's on a regular every so often when there's something to come on and talk about, and we'll definitely have him on to talk about new games here shortly. And he will also be selling some ROMs. He has a website, briansmancave.com, and some of the games he's created, he sells them on his website. So definitely check out Brian. Great guy. Digital Fanzine. This is, again, this is going to be a little slow tonight, guys. Sorry about that. Atari Age Digital Fanzine. That should bring it up. So here we have personal messages. Don't need those. So he does, basically it's a digital magazine, just like it shows. And the newest issue was recently released, issue 5. These things are great. Lots of cool content, lots of fun content. So definitely go check it out. If you search Atari Age Digital Fanzine, as you saw, it was going to be the first one coming up. And let me see if I can load that. I think it's going to throw it out to another window. Yeah, it's downloading into another window. Definitely go check it out. Here, I'm one of the first comments there. He's a great guy doing a lot of content on Facebook and here on Atari Age. Motor race video. So we've got, I think it's Yannick. We'll go check it out right now. Again, sorry for the slight delay in these guys. Normally I have these windows populated and it's just a quick changeover. Steve and I did a little setup. Oh boy. Let me try Intellivision. Here we go. Intellivision Moto Race. Again, this is just going to be a quick little show it to you. Yannick Erb puts out, he's had several games. He was in the Tiny Contest, Canyon Escape. There's a game. Oh boy, is it Triple Action 2, I think. And that was a collection that came out of PRGE. And this is a game he's currently working on. If you don't follow him, definitely, if you're in Intellivision, go give him a follow. Yannick Erb. You can see it right there on the screen. I follow everyone that does Intellivision content, and I try to bring it up in the show. And speaking of that, I probably need to go back and let's catch up with chat now because it has been a while. You guys are probably talking. 14 new comments. Let's check it out. Brian's mayonnaise. Jeez. Anyone having issues not working smoothly? There are a few games that have been doing that, and I can tell you they're aware of it and they are working on it. There's so many different variables. I know River Raid. Try that one. That's one of them. They're working on it. It's not quite as easy as some of the stuff they've been doing, but we're going to get into sprint stuff here in a bit. I don't want to miss too far. I don't want to miss it. Yeah, hold it, Casey. I'm trying. It's getting bad. I drink a lot of water when I'm at work. Yeah, I got my Montezuma's Revenge. I saw that in your video. I caught up on the Sunday one today. Finished that baby up, or I'm near the end of it. Yeah, Hot Mail still. I have one somewhere too. I haven't used it in years. It isn't picking up when I change direction at times. Huh. Which game? Which game is that? I'll try that game offhand and I'll report it definitely. Make sure your TV set to game mode. Yeah, that's definitely recommended. Trying to skip through here. Yeah, the new firmware is pretty cool. We'll show that a little bit too if I can hold off on the restroom use. I don't have a video set up. I've never had to pause and use the restroom, and I went 4 hours on live stream before. Never had to use the restroom. We might have a first tonight. We might just put a cam and do a quick break and come right back because we've still got a lot of stuff here, and we're already a couple hours in. Yeah, the homebrews are pretty sweet. They are. Yeah, we already did that. Sadly, sorry you missed that, but we did it about, I don't know what we were, about an hour in. But we gave away a couple homebrew ROM packages as well. All right. So let's go ahead and get through everything. Yeah, if you guys don't mind, I've got too much stuff. Give me a quick second. It will not take long. Let me get back to the right window. I'll have to get a little video thing for this, but I'll be right back. First time ever in 2.5 years that I've had to do this. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hope nobody got... Yeah, I had to sprint to the restroom, and I get up here, for those of you who don't know, attic stairs until the next phase is complete. Attic stairs, run to the bathroom, wash hands, come back. Whew. Chuck will be going live soon. I know I'm late again, Chuck. I apologize. DJC Game Studios will be going live if he's not already. All right. I feel so much better. Whew. All right. So let's go ahead and do the sprint news. We'll do the sprint world last because I want to get through the rest of the stuff before I go over to the sprint and start showing off all that. Let's do mail call because I'm excited. I'm excited to show you guys all the new stuff that I have for this week. I've got some good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah. 2.5 years, I've never had to pause and use the restroom. So, let me pull these out here, and then I will show them and put them back. So, one of my good collector friends, Jay, blah, blah, woof, woof, for those of you that know who that is, I bought some stuff from him, including these sealed games. So, we've got, these are all sealed that I'm going to show you. Skiing. These are to better my 125. Happy Trails sealed. That one's not easy to get sealed. We've got a Sears. That was there. I bought it just because I don't go after sealed Sears games, but that one was in there. We got a sealed Blockade Runner. Sealed Utopia. One of the first, if not the first strategy games. I had this as a kid and absolutely loved it. I keep hearing rumors of a 2-player or a 1-player with AI. Oh, I hope that happens. Vectron, a game that I can't even play. the Gatefold Burger Time. the Gatefold Mission X. Again, all of these are sealed. Atari Soft Centipede. And the box is mint. Shark. Reversey. All mint. An IntelliVoice game, Space Spartans. Get that out of the way. So I was at Sack Gamers Expo. I was horrible at taking pictures because with everything going on with the house, and sprint testing and the stream I did yesterday with Ben and all the prep work for it, I didn't really take pictures. I took a couple of the family, but I did get some good games for my NES collection. I got RC Pro M2, which I didn't know existed as a kid. What is this? Kickle Cubicle? $20 game. I did not have it. Mappy Land. Would that make a good Intellivision game, guys? That was the only cheap game that I found. And is it Scoon? $130 NES game. That was the rarest title I got there. So to give you an idea, last year I started seriously collecting NES and Master System, and I probably got 100 titles for the same price that I picked up these for. And then I've got Duck Hunt in the box, and oh man, I'm missing one. So I definitely want to show it because I don't pick up an Aquarius game very often. So these were both purchased from the same guy that I got the TutorVision board Time Trip from. I always make sure I buy stuff from him whenever I see him at the local shows. So here is Aquarius, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, Treasure of Tarman. And then again, I got the complete in box, pretty good shape. Even still has a hanger tab for Duck Hunt by itself. All right, I don't want to show those yet because these are really special and you guys will know. Polymega, just got it in the mail yesterday. I think it was Saturday. This is a light gun that works on HD TVs with all the I have everything Polymega. Don't ask me if I've even opened any of it because I haven't. Well, someday. All right, these are Audacity Games, the guys from Activision. If you guys don't know, they're making 2600 games again. I keep asking David Crane and Gary and Dan if they're going to do Intellivision games. And so far I've got no, but maybe someday. So these cards are a lot bigger than I thought. I thought they were like baseball card size. And I'm not going to be able to show all of them. There's a pack of 3 in here. And 2 of them you can see. They're signed. They're fairly large size. They're about 8.5 inches tall. Really big cards. I bought 2 packs. They're limited. And then I grabbed this poster. Let's see if I can get it out. So they were at Sack Gamers Expo. I see them probably 3-4 times a year at different shows. They get around. It's great to see those guys. And they're all, hey, we have your package in the car. We haven't shipped it yet. I'm like, do you want us to just give it to you here? I'm like, sure. I'm never going to get it back in here. So this is a poster that they put out. Check audacitygames.com. I think it might not be that. All right, so I'm going to show you guys the big one. That was a bad choice of words. Oh, Jesus. So let me get this out of here. How many of you know what this is? This is awesome. This is awesome. This is the first computer, the KC keyboard component. Talk about rare. It's not up there with my TutorVision. This thing's big, beefy, and heavy. This thing is awesome. There's not much I need left. I was so happy. I got this from Jay, blah, blah, woof, woof. And I really appreciate you, sir, if you're watching this. And definitely am so happy to have this in my collection. Oh, it's getting heavy. There's not many people that have one of these. And I am now on that list. Do not drop it. Come on. And that's not all. There's more. There was no way to have that one ready to pop on. So along with the unit, look at that. Basic cassette and cartridge. So you got the basic set. This stuff is very rare also, guys. Very rare. Here is Crosswords 2. You want to learn some conversational French? Now I can. And the box, data storage cassettes, ultra rare items. I'm so happy to have something like that added to the collection. Yeah, the Blue Whale. I guess I should have said that. It is nicknamed the Blue Whale. Very, very cool stuff. I'm not going to say how much it was, but I got a deal compared to what it'll go for. Tell you that much. Finally, yes, Roger. Finally got one. Now I need the printer, and I've got a location on at least one, maybe two. That's another item that's not cheap. And then I need the printer cable. But yeah, that's the Blue Whale. It's like, woo-wee. I've been excited for a week. I couldn't wait to show that. It's not very often you get to show off a super rare item like that. And it's not very often I find stuff I still need. Power it up. Let's go. Not yet. Not yet. I will. I'll definitely have to do that. I need to have a bigger desk. That thing is humongous. It is heavy. Holding it up. I've never held one. I mean, I took the box, but show it again. Hit rewind, Roger. Oh my gosh. Show it again, says Roger. There we go, guys. Doing it backwards here. They even left an Intellivision in it after they tested for me. I'll show it off a little bit more, I guess. Definitely don't want to drop it, especially live. Everyone will be like, oh my gosh. Get it back in here. So thank you, Jay. That is awesome. That is awesome. All right, so mail call. Where'd it go? Oh, it's in there. So this time, you've seen it before. I had all the PRG games. We played them all. We showed them. But I need to catch up. I need to get them done for mail call. Homebrew Highlight. Here is Stunt Cycle. Simple but fun game. There's the back of the box. It's not easy. It takes a little bit to figure out. I'll tell you that. There's different game modes. Here is the full color manual. Man, looking at that thing, and it has me all excited. I've never turned it on yet. I picked it up mid last week, Thursday, and super excited. Here is the cart for Stunt Cycle. And I forgot to switch like I do so often. And we're going to show you a little bit, just quick enough. I did read the manual, Mike, or anyone that knows about that. I have played it. I've made videos. My wife's texting. I think I forgot to turn my phone off. It's amazing that no, it is off. My wife comes through regardless. She usually, because I'm usually done by now. She's probably texting. She's at work. She knows she comes through automatic. So let's get switched over. I've got a switch box up here for the Sprint and the original console because I don't have the ROM for this one. So here we go. Turn it up a little bit so you guys can hear the sounds. I do not have the virtual sounds yet. That is coming soon. I know I keep saying it, but I've been a lot of behind the scenes stuff lately, guys. It's really ate all my free time. Yeah, definitely. I'll be posting pictures and stuff online too. And I definitely want to get some footage. I don't know how I'm going to record it yet because obviously I can't do it my normal way with the very clear footage. I may have to just record the screen on that one. Yeah, it works. We tested that before I bought it. It definitely. You missed it. You have to rewind. I already got my workout picking it up twice. Or are you talking about the giveaway of something? Yeah, I'm super excited. Yes, if you want to purchase AF, which is a phenomenal game, by the way, right here I'll throw up the email. Where are you? Electronite@hotmail.com. He has a lot of games for sale. There's also a lot of games at IntellivisionCollector.com, and that is right here. Digital Revolution is on the way. I'll definitely be talking about that once it's a thing. So let's go ahead and show you this real quick. I'm not going to do much. There's different game modes. You've got Stunt Cycle, Motocross, Enduro, and then there's a lot of options. You can pick different players, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can pick wind or not, which will affect everything. Throttle being manual or automatic. The landing, that's definitely one. Until you get good, you want it on easy, trust me. And then jumps, no. Let's go ahead and try that. So you've got your throttle there. And I didn't have enough oomph. So where you push 12, 1, 2, 3 is your throttle. As I scroll clockwise, didn't mean to do that. I let off, and I'm watching on that screen with a delay. That's what's going on. I'm like, I couldn't back off the throttle. What? And you get lives. This is one that you just kind of learn where you have to be. Finally landed one. But there's a lot of different versions. Some of them have things in here that you have to pop a wheelie to get over or you wreck. It gets harder and harder. You keep getting more and more cars, faster and faster. Sometimes you have to actually have a certain throttle position and hit the boost. You've got a boost button like right there. I'll show you here. And I crashed. It's one of those memory games. You figure out what's going on and boom. All right. Let's turn that off. Oops. I flashed you guys. What do we got next here? So 125 homebrew gameplay. Star Wars Death Star Strike. The gameplay video went live Friday. And this Friday, Turbo will be out. So if you watch the gameplay videos, definitely check those out. I have playlists for those of you that don't know. If you want to see what an original 125 game looks like, search through them. Homebrew games. I'm somewhere like 80-something games in homebrew. I'm just guessing. I'm over 100 of the 125. You can check out just what a game looks like. Check it out. Go through. Maybe you'll find a game that you never knew existed. Definitely, eventually, I'll have all of them in. It'll just be kind of a maintain it kind of a thing. But lots of gameplay videos. No talking, no chat. Just check out the game, see what it's about, and that's it. So we talked about the sprint manager. The YouTube video highlights, another playlist I do. I have that sprint manager video on there. There's a sprint playlist, also a video the videos to check out. We'll get into this in a minute, but the extra files, if you sideload from a Mac, if you sideload on a Mac, you know what I'm talking about. They're annoying. At least they're grouped together. We can get rid of those now. I'll be talking more about it. There's a video in the sprint playlist that will walk you through how to get rid of them. It works. I did it right before the show because I wanted to be able to talk about it. All right, so let's get into the sprint world. What have we got going on in sprint world? I'm going over last week's stuff because somehow I missed sprint world. Don't ask me how I did that, but I did. There are people sharing all the games that aren't included with all the artwork. There's a drive. I'll have to post that link if you want it. Send me a message, and I'll send you the link. These are not coming from me. It's stuff that I've just found on Atari Age, and it's not stuff that's like homebrews. It's just like the original games. We'll talk about getting rid of that extra file. Let me see if I can get it over here. I'm on a different window, and I don't have that one set up. It's basically you're going to go into the Mac. There's a link you can watch the video. I don't really need to play it here. It's in my sprint playlist, as I said. You watch it, you go into the Mac, you open up terminal, you do a set of commands, wipes all those files out. It's amazing. Those files have been haunting me for weeks before the sprint even came out. My voice is going. What else we got here? We'll go over the new features of the firmware, and I'll show them for those of you that missed the stream with Ben. Factory reset, wipe all, and delete the file extension. If you mess up something, you like me, I put a fourth snap in, and then the snaps wouldn't show for that game at all, no matter what I did. So, or if you load too much on your carousel, there's a factory reset option. You make a wipe _ all file, erase the extension, put it on a USB stick, turn the console off, load it in, turn it on. You'll see it, saying it's resetting. You'll know it when it happens, and you can start over. Then you put the new update on. If you guys have any questions, there's Atari Age threads. You can also reach out to me anywhere, and I always get back to you. If I don't, send me another message, because it's an accident if I don't respond. I respond to everything, even silly stuff. I figure if you guys take the time to reach out, I'm going to take the time to respond. But sometimes it gets overwhelming with all the comments and the messages in so many different places. And if I don't get back to you, it's literally because I missed it somehow. Where else we at? So there's a new coupler from 8-Bit Widgets. You guys know Caleb's been on a lot. So these these controllers, he makes a little coupler that puts them together like this, goes over the top. I've got one on the way, and I'll show it off. And it's for games where you run and gun, like Night Stalker, Tron Deadly Discs. It lets you move on one controller and shoot on the other without the delay. Just like the original console, using two controllers does work. They're very inexpensive. And if it's something that you're interested in checking out, 8-Bit Widgets does a lot of cool things. He's also the guy that, let me get it's buried back here. We have, I think this is the other one. We have the IntelliPort. This lets you use other controllers on your original Intellivision consoles. Whatever console you have, you can have it be 1 or 2 player, or 3 or 4. You can flip a switch and use flashback controllers. You can plug in the controllers that need power via USB. This all comes from the console. It's a great piece of hardware. It allows you to use game pads, arcade sticks, and the one I have handy here is from OG Hugo. Different kind of controllers for different kind of games. Lots of options. Great to have options. Also, this one. This is the newest one, released at PRGE and shortly after, the NTNES. Now, this lets you use NES, Super NES, wired, wireless, 8-bit DOE, all that stuff works. It lets you do the same thing. Players 1 and 2, players 3 and 4. You can daisy chain 2 of these for 4 players. This is going to let us, light gun games are on the way. If you haven't seen those, Duck Hunter, very, very well made. I've been around testing it since the beginning, along with this product. It's amazing what you can do. These guys that know what they're doing. These are 2 great products, work well, and definitely stay tuned for gun games. There are several in the works. We showed them at PRGE. People were playing them like crazy. You couldn't even get in there to play. Everyone was in there playing them the whole time. Let me catch up on chat here. I think the Tex, I don't know what that computer is. Tex computer used the same stick chip that was in the Intellivision computer. I have no idea on those kind of things. Yeah, that's definitely a cool pickup. Great stream, Casey. Wishing you and your family Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Benvril, and everyone else. I really appreciate you all. There will be, this is right before Christmas, and there will be a stream next Monday as well. I will be out of town, but there's going to be some recorded shows. I've done it a couple times, and if I should be able to be live in chatting with you guys, but it will be a recorded show next Monday, one of the rare ones. It's also the coolest website ever on your phone. Thanks. Merry Christmas, Benvril, says Steve. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Yeah, definitely, guys. Hope you all have a safe and happy holiday. What else we got going on here? So let's go ahead and get into the sprint. I got to switch over here. We're going to talk about the new firmware. We'll show you some of the stuff. For those of you that missed the stream with Ben, loading up. Sprint full menu. All right, so I'm going to do it this way. You guys can still hear me. Oop. I'm sideloading here. So here we've got the original 45 games that are included. And you can see at the top, you've now got Mattel Electronics 1979, a little bit lower below the description. You've got the how many players. This is very valuable information, especially if you're new to Intellivision. You're by yourself. You don't open anything that says 2 players only because, I mean, you could check it out, but you can't really play the game. So we'll scroll through here a little bit. Oop, I mixed up the controllers when I held them up. I'm like, why isn't that working? So we've got Astro Smash, 1 player. You know, it has all the information. Let's get to something that's not like Body Slam. There you've got Intv Corp, 1988. So all the information's there. You push 1, all the QR codes work. You got the overlays. Favorites. You can take away a favorite. You can do 1, 2, or 3. You can later sort them by favorites. You've got display options. You go into options, display. You have switch color palette. Some people like certain colors. There's a lot of ways you can change it. There's nothing that tells you which one you're in. But if you push 3, there will be a tone, and then it'll switch to the next palette. Very handy if you're someone that likes to mess around with the color palettes. So let me show my other stick here. I've got so many USB sticks. There are folders, and I need to get the right stick here. Give me 1 second here, guys. I think this is the one. Yes. So this is one that I've got for, let me eject it. I am using a USB hub. We'll load the one that's in there. So this is something that's new for me. I have, and I didn't do this. These were games that were purchased from David Harley in Intellivision.us. That's a great website for free ROMs and ROMs that are about $5. A lot of free ones. And this is a package, the ECS games that work with controller and don't require the keyboard. And then Frank, FDR for Prez, modded the config files for me. And that combination is allowing the ECS games to work. That's the last one that we needed. So let's load up one of the easier ones to check out and play. Scooby-Doo. This is so new. I just tried it. So you've got the ECS sounds there. This is one I just tested right before I went live, so I don't have box samples yet. Okay, I think I can do this one now. There we go. Select Maze 1. A lot of you guys probably haven't played the computer games, but there's some of them that are pretty good. I would say it's kind of like a Pac-Man type game. You want to chase down the ghosts. You want to stay away from the skull. But I pretty much just wanted to show these games are now working. The last type of game, you can play original games. You can play IntelliVoice games. You can play ECS games. You can play Tutor Vision games. You can play any game ever released on your Sprint console, which is pretty cool. All right, I'm going to reset here, go back to full screen. We're going to eject this one, and I'll show you folders, which is a huge, huge win for organization purposes. Give it a second here. I'm on a USB hub. It does take a second longer here to be registered. There we go. So I have not cleared. Oop, let me move over here. I have not cleared the files on this drive. The last drive I cleared them, there were no underscore files on that last USB stick. I just tried it before I went live. I will be clearing it off all my sticks here shortly. They're extra files that just get in the way. So let me get over, and this isn't the one. This isn't the one that I made the file folders. I'll try to look for that one. I have so many sticks sitting here. Let me find Mattel. I think it's right here. So this is one that I don't have. Nope, not that one. I don't have artwork for the folders, but you put them in just like the boxes. You hit enter, and boom, whatever's in that folder. Again, we've got these extra files, but they will be gone soon. And you want to go back, you hit clear. You can have folders in folders. You can give the artwork. You can put a description up there on the left. There's so many options, and folders opens up all kinds of cool things. Yeah, my chair squeaks. Only when I lean way forward or way back. I don't know why it does that. It's a new chair, pretty much. Let me see if this is the one that I have folders in. Let's see here. Nope, that's an ESC. I must not have the one that I made. I must not have the one that I made when I did the stream with Ben. I must have already took it off. We'll find out here in a second. There's only so many that you can go through. There it is. Oh, good. I still have it. Couldn't remember if I changed it back. So let's sideload this one. This is a lot better representation of what folders can do. The firmware is available now on Atari Age. It's still in a test phase. And some people are finding some issues, but you can find it on Atari Age. And if you need that link and you can't find it, reach out to me. I'll send you the link. But it will be official through Atari once it gets in the hands of people and we get all the bugs worked out. All the big ones are done. All the features are there, but there are people finding some things. So these are folders. What you see right here, you need 5 things minimum, or it's going to just copy things. So I've got 3 folders set up. I have Electronite, Homebrew, Intellivision Collector, Homebrew. I've got Intellivision Revolution, Homebrew. I added Mattel Electronics, and I just did these quickly before. I plan on putting box art above and below these logos. And then here you've got Tudor Vision Games, which is a really rare thing that never came out as a collaboration between World Book Encyclopedia and Intellivision. Let's go ahead and show you a few of these. Phoenix, new to a ROM package from Electronite. You got Paulista Avenue Redux, new. Mr. Do, new. AF, that is a great game. That's been available in ROM form. A Tale of Dragons and Swords. So let's just show you quickly. These are available from Electronite at hotmail.com. The sprint files, you simply drag them over to USB stick. They're all ready to go. This is a really good game for the Intellivision. I think there's auto fire. Oh, that's pause. There we go. And boom, I'm dead already. Let me move over here. So there are bosses on this game, upgrades. It is great. I can't get one. Also utilizes IntelliVoice, which on here on the Sprint is automatic, but it's not automatic. If you're on the console, you have to put in the IntelliVoice. All right, so now when I hit reset, before it would start over. You'd have to scroll around, find your game again. If you have a lot of games, took forever. Hit reset. That's from my software. It's right back to where we started. So if we're in a folder, we can do that. And now I'll show you Phoenix. One of the other new ROM releases. This is a 2025 release, complete in box. The ROM release just happened recently. This game is not easy. Very well done. There's a boss on this game as well. All right. Don't want to spend too much time in gameplay. We're already 2.5 hours in. My voice is not going to hold up. So I'm within the folders. I want to go back up one level. I push clear. we're going to check out Intellivision Collector. I've got their new game in here. Again, I have these extra files simply because I haven't had time to do that new trick I learned, or not that I learned, that was told to me that I did. And thank you, Chris. I don't know. I can't remember if someone told him or if he found it and told me, but he's definitely the one that told me. Montezuma's Revenge, limited to 300 copies. IntellivisionCollector.com. All the information. This is from the purchase. It's all ready to go. All the artwork. Show you guys this one. Select level 1, 2, or 3. Now, this is one that you can buy complete in box still, or the ROM package, whatever you prefer. I generally buy both, especially now with the Sprint. I think everyone's going to be buying the ROM packages and not just the complete in box versions. So, Montezuma's Revenge. A lot of you guys know that franchise. Definitely go pick it up at IntellivisionCollector.com. I don't have anything that I can show from Intellivision Revolution yet. That stuff will be coming soon. Keep an eye out. Let's go ahead and show you Mattel Electronics. I just put a few games in to try them out. Folders are an amazing thing. Set up Auto Flyer. Most of us know Astro Smash. Loved it. I started to push reset on the OG console sitting right here. So let's show you guys a TutorVision game. I only loaded 2 up for this demonstration video that I did with Ben. There are 4 that I have. Time Trip is the really rare board only that I had. No one had seen it before in physical. I'm assuming it was a prototype. I've never seen or heard of another one. It was a great find. Shapes in Space. We'll show that one. Fractions, simple fractions, like fractions, you know, fun stuff, learning. We'll do a quiz. You can pick 1 or 2 players, 5, 10, or 15 problems. There's a timer on or off. There's like graphical things that happen, like, you know, ships flying by. It was designed to make learning fun for kids. What the heck? What part is pink? We'll go through one quick thing here. These things are really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1/5. There's all types of games. There's all types of age groups for the TutorVision software. What part is pink? 1 of 6. I just want to show you what happens when you get done with the questions. There's a little graphic thing that's kind of cool. Nine tenths. One more. It's great to be able to play these TutorVision titles. Pretty cool. So I do have a TutorVision console. I have 1 cart, and I have that Time Trip prototype board. I would love to find the other carts that I currently don't have, but they're very hard to come by. Where's the window here? Let's catch up on chat here. I know you were that one. You were 1 spot away. It was like getting right to the end too. Hopefully I'm not missing anything of you guys. Is that recent? Oh, I already did that one. Yeah, there are a few games that aren't running full speed, but I can tell you they're already working on it. They're aware of it, and I'm sure they're going to figure it out. I was number 10 for Montezuma's Revenge ROM. It's selling fast. Yeah, definitely. That is a very popular game franchise. I wouldn't hesitate on that one. I would not hesitate. Floods like flies getting kamikaze into lantern. Oh yeah, looks like, yeah, definitely. There's 4 titles. I still need to. I said I was going to release 4 gameplay videos. I do have a video that shows them off, and I still need to do the dedicated videos for the 4 TutorVision titles that I have access to. Intellivision Collector, for collectors or people with TutorVision Pros, or if they'll play an original console, some stuff will be missing, some stuff won't work, but there are reproduction carts available. I think the last one I saw, one of these game carts went for $2,000. They're just super rare. There's only a few of them out there. So here are reproduction carts, and you can get these at IntellivisionCollector.com. They are functional. They're regular carts, but you do need what's called a Tutor Pro to play them properly, unless you have one of the 3 people on Earth that have a TutorVision. What a Tutor Pro is a Super Pro console that has TutorVision components in it that allow these to play. They used all the leftover components once that deal fell through. There are a lot of them out there. You can run diagnostic software on them to tell you what kind of console you have. They're all Super Pro consoles as far as I know. Like I said, you can put these in a regular console, but you're only going to get some of the stuff shown. But they're great to have if you're a collector. Yeah, they're like an off-white, but yeah, I think the originals are slightly different colors, so you can tell them apart. No one's trying to fool anyone or sell them off as originals. You can definitely tell. Let me see. I think I've gone over everything that I can show you guys. I'm going to have little videos shortly that show you the factory reset. I'm sure some people have done it already. Show off all the new topics, the new features. Is there anything you guys have questions that you want me to show you or talk about on the Sprint console? I can go over that for a few minutes. One of these days, I'm going to do a live, and it's just going to be Sprint Q&A. May have a few guests on that one. We're just going to go over, answer questions, show off different things, test things, whatever you guys want. We'll just hang out and chat and talk about Sprint. I think that'd be a fun stream to do where I don't have all these things that I have to do. Just chat with you guys and go over Sprint stuff. So if you guys have any questions before we call it a night, let me know and we'll chat about it right now. If not, we'll call it a night and I'll go get dinner, which is about 2 hours late. Make sure I'm not. And then again, guys, give me a day or so for those of you that won the prizes. Both for yesterday and today. I will be getting to those and getting everyone that's reached out to me. I will get it. I will reach out to you. I will not give your prize away. I promise you. Not seeing anything coming up. Give it a quick second here. I know there's a delay. Like I said earlier, next week is going to be a recorded show. I'm going to be visiting my grandson who's just a few months old. I'm very excited to go see him again. We saw him. He's about 10 hours away. We saw him. We were there for his birth, and we were there, 2 to 3 weeks old. And he's now a couple months old, and we haven't seen him since he was a few weeks. He's come a long way. So Eric Wards, just got my Sprint today. Super excited. Had an Intellivision growing up. That's awesome. I love seeing those comments and posts everywhere. I got my Sprint. I tried it out. Been playing games. I'm excited about Intellivision again. It's the whole reason that something like this exists for the community. I appreciate that. Thank you. You'll definitely find a lot of Intellivision content here. There's a lot to go through. Everyone's saying sweet. Mr. Chip, well, the first thing you do with it is update it, the Sprint. Also, congrats on the grandbaby. I appreciate you. It's very exciting times. I turned 50 in September, the beginning, and a couple weeks later, I became a grandfather. And right at my birthday, I also got ARP stuff in the mail. It was all like boom, boom, boom. Mr. Poestyle, great stream. Merry Christmas. My Sprint came today. Nice. I'll definitely be checking that out. Enjoy dinner. Have a wonderful holiday. Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone that wasn't here earlier when I said it. I really appreciate you guys all being here, and I'm excited to start getting into regular videos again. I'll still be testing and scanning, but I'll have some time to do regular stuff again soon, which is exciting. Yes, yes. Television's still alive right now. It's thriving, which is awesome. My oldest granddaughter will be 17. My kids, I started late. I'm 50. My kids are 10 and 13. Yeah, this is my stepdaughter, my first grandbaby, and we're super excited. Off to bed. Oh yeah, you get up early. You're actually up late, aren't you? It'd be cool to play in television on. So that is possible. It's been done. I've done it over 15 years ago with the Nostalgia emulator. It takes quite a setup, but it can be done, and there are people working on it. I'm hoping that we can show that off in coming months. I'm not talking sprint related. I'm talking other ways. But that would be cool if we get some time to do it on the sprint. How cool would that be? Just saying. That's not official. That's just how cool would that be? All right, guys. We're going to call this one a night. Definitely check out next week's show. I should be able to be in there commenting or chatting with you guys. And then I'll be back the following week. And that will be after the New Year. So Merry Christmas. Happy New Year from my family to yours. I hope everyone has a safe and fun holidays, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
Rise up, get ready for the fight. The Intellivision gamer, shining so bright. Reviews and gameplay, he's got it all from classics to new. He stands tall, interviews and insights. He's on a mission, unleashing the power of Bradshaw intuition. He's got the knowledge, the passion untamed. Intelli burning with the flame. YouTube's his stage, says brothers unite. Intellivision gamer, he brings the light with the game console. He's making history.